When you think customer, what comes to your mind? A decade ago, that answer was simple. The customer buys your product. But today, the customer is driving the product. Customers have become the single most important factor to any industry. We talk about phrases like customer-centric and customer-driven, but there is one part of the customer relationship we should be focused on: customer empowerment. Empowering our customers to know what the environmental impact of their product is. Empowering our customers to cut their costs. And empowering our customers to expect more from us as our relationship changes with them forever. The energy industry is no different. In fact, we believe energy is leading the way forward. We want to empower customers to know exactly where their energy is coming from. We want to empower customers to find the energy savings that work best for them. We want to empower customers to be more in control and more sustainable in a time where many are becoming producers and storers of energy through solar and batteries. Because through empowerment comes connection. Connection breeds trust. And trust makes the dynamic between customer and industry something that can last for generations. To do that, we turn to startups from around the world who are tackling customer empowerment in everything they do. With the best new technologies, with the best new business models, with the best new customer experiences, all while tackling the most pressing business challenges. This was true even before our worlds turned upside down recently, but it's even more true now. In these trying times, the world is going digital faster than we ever imagined. And customers demand more, not less from each of us. The customer is empowering our industries and our future. 9 startups from 9 countries and every continent are ready to show the world what that energy future looks like. Welcome to Startup Bootcamp's Energy Australia Demo Day.
Before I start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners on the land on which we are meeting. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and the elders of other communities who may be here today. I'd like to welcome you all to Startup Bootcamp Energy Australia Virtual Demo Day 2020. My name is Trevor Townsend, CEO of Startup Bootcamp Australia. In just a few weeks, life has changed across the globe. The simple acts we take for granted, like daily commutes, evenings with friends and colleagues at a local bar or restaurant, are for the time being not possible. Accelerator programs are about bringing people together, sharing ideas, making connections, and creating something new and exciting. We've been amazed by the resolve and resilience of our community to embrace the change and challenge of going 100% digital, of keeping the momentum going, and in the process, doing our small bit in making the world a better place. So this is innovation. It helps us solve our problems, find new solutions, new ideas with new ways of thinking. At Startup Bootcamp, we believe in empowering innovators. Innovators aren't just startup founders. Innovators are anyone with an idea, anyone who thinks they can change the world by putting their mind to the task at hand and just doing it. Today's virtual demo day is a celebration of the spirit of innovation. It is hard to believe that this is our 3rd demo day for the Energy Australia program. We have had amazing success with our previous 20 startups, and we expect great things from this cohort. Today is a celebration of the 3-month journey that the 9 incredible startups that you will meet today have been on over the last 13 weeks. This cohort is working to empowering customers to be more informed, more in control, and be more sustainable in their energy usage. As always, I would like to thank our partners who have made this program possible. Our naming rights sponsor, Energy Australia. Our corporate partners, DS, AusNet Services and Spotless. And our supporting partners, including the Victorian Government, AWS, KHQ, Pitcher Partners, Affix, Airwallex, 6 Clicks and CoSec. I would also like to thank the entrepreneurs in residence, Karen and Sarah from Energy Australia, Ingrid from AusNet Services, and Pete and Sundar from DS. And also all the mentors, investors, and numerous guest speakers that have contributed over the last 3 months. The community around the program is incredible, and we would like to extend our thanks to you on behalf of the startups for the support that you have provided them during the program. Our cohort has been working on solutions to empower customers to make better energy decisions, control and understand their usage in smart ways, and to ease the pressure on their wallets, the grid, and the planet. We already have much of the technology needed to address many of our energy challenges, and more innovation is coming from the world every day. With the help of leading-edge solutions and pioneering entrepreneurs, smaller players will help solve climate problems one startup at a time. But shifting one's mindset from when to now is also critical. Startups and entrepreneurs may not have all the answers, and certainly many will fail, but they create momentum, and momentum creates change. These startups are at the start of their journey. They need your expertise, your support, your passion, and your time to help them succeed, to bring the future ever closer. As I mentioned earlier, this virtual demo day is a celebration of these teams, but it is also a celebration of innovation as a whole. While these teams need your support, we also hope today will stand as an inspiration to you who may be considering starting your own startup journey as well. We look forward to you leaning into your screens today, listening to their stories, and staying engaged to help create a cleaner, more sustainable future for all of us. Welcome again to Startup Bootcamp, Energy Australia Virtual Demo Day 2020.
G'day, my name is Richard Selm. I'm the Executive Program Director of Startup Bootcamp in Australia, and I'll be your host for today. Over the next hour, you'll receive keynote addresses from some of the top energy minds in Australia, and you'll also hear from 9 global startups sharing their 3-month accelerator journey right here in Melbourne. I've been part of countless global accelerator programs, but this one will certainly be one of the most memorable. Startup founders live with complexity, uncertainty, and risk. But this program, this time, has taken that to a whole new level. And haven't they responded? I couldn't be more proud of what they've achieved and excited to listen with you to their accomplishments. In 95 days, they have attended 273 AMAs, fireside chats, workshops, investor meetings with some of Australia's leaders in energy and startup community. They have heard from some of Australia's top investors who have shared their thoughts about the changing world we're all living through, predictions on what it's going to look like in the future, and the opportunities for startups. But most importantly, the 9 startups have already signed 16 commercial agreements, an amazing effort and testimony to the hard work everyone has put in. Go on, give them a clap at home. They deserve it. Before we start, let me tell you about a few ways that you can actively participate in this virtual demo day. Firstly, you can invest. You've all been given $50,000 worth of virtual currency to invest in the startups. You can invest all of it or some of it in any way you see fit. So all in one or spread it across a few. To invest, simply fill in the virtual investment box next to this video player screen. You must be logged in or registered to play. At the end of the presentations, there's also an opportunity for you to jump into virtual rooms with one or more of the startups and ask questions. You can find the links to these rooms below the video player or on the startup's profile page. If you're an investor or you want to follow up with any of the teams about potential commercial opportunities, there's the ability to leave your details for the startup to get back in contact with you. To do this, visit their profile page and click on the Connect with Startup button. If you've missed any of this, I'll go through it all again at the end of this presentation. So strap yourself in and get ready for an amazing hour. We'll kick off with the first of our keynote speakers.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today, well, virtually, to open Startup Bootcamp's Energy Australia Demo Day. I'm particularly pleased to speak on behalf of the Minister at this event, as I was involved in this bootcamp for several years while at Energy Australia. I know the startups work really hard, and I've been thinking that this year's participants must have really tested the boundaries of the inevitable pivot. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which I'm filming, the Wurundjeri people. And, given many of you are joining virtually from around Australia, the traditional owners of all communities across our nation. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present. This is the first event I've been invited to speak at virtually, as we all come to deal with the new reality of these changing times. And I'd like to acknowledge SBC's agility in being able to proceed with this event virtually. This event is timely because it highlights the opportunities associated with two great challenges to our state. The first is to decarbonise our energy system while maintaining reliability and affordability for all Victorians. The second is to support innovation and the creation of new industries and jobs. The Victorian Government is addressing these challenges simultaneously. We see the transformation of our energy system as an economic opportunity, one that will generate jobs and investment across the state. We've already made great progress towards our goal of creating an energy system that is sustainable, reliable and affordable. Supported by the Victorian Renewable Energy Target, the share of renewable energy in our electricity generation has more than doubled since 2015. We'll meet our 2020 target of 25% and have set the challenging but achievable target of 40% by 2025. Measures to promote energy efficiency, such as the Victorian Energy Upgrades Program, have led to significant improvements in the energy intensity of our economy. We're currently preparing our zero emissions vehicle roadmap to ensure that Victoria leads the way in sustainable transport. This progress in our transition to a sustainable energy will continue to bring widespread economic benefits and create thousands of jobs. However, we are still in the early stages of a profound transformation. The way we generate, trade and consume energy will be very different in 2050, and we need innovative solutions. We need to improve energy storage and demand management technologies to unlock the potential of renewable energy. We need the technologies and infrastructure to enable decarbonisation of our transport systems and manufacturing industries. We need to better utilise data and automation to empower energy consumers, and we need to leverage digitalisation to create an agile, intelligent energy system. To develop and commercialise new technologies and business models, we need an innovation ecosystem that connects startups, investors and existing firms. We need to recognise the important role that government plays in fostering this ecosystem through engagement with industry and support by agencies such as LaunchVic. We recognise the unique challenges of commercialising new energy technologies. This sector is characterised by large-scale, capital-intensive infrastructure, highly regulated markets, and an asymmetry between startups and the large incumbent businesses. The barriers to entry can seem high. That's why the Victorian Government has implemented specific measures to support energy innovation. These include $20 million for the New Energy Jobs Fund, which has supported a range of innovative projects across the state. More than $5 million to establish the Centre for New Energy Technologies, C4NET. The aim of C4NET is to close the gap between research, industry and government to solve problems through a practical, data-driven and collaborative approach. And $600,000 through LaunchVic to support startups participating in the Startupbootcamp's Energy Australia Accelerator. Victoria welcomes entrepreneurs, mentors, investors and energy companies drawn from around the world to participate in today's demo day, and invite you all to contribute to build Victoria's energy innovation ecosystem. This is a great place to innovate and invest. Melbourne is an emerging innovation hub, and we offer a ready-made market for businesses and technologies to help us meet our ambitious energy goals, not only in Melbourne, but throughout the regional centres across the state. Victorian businesses and consumers have also demonstrated a willingness to embrace new technologies, and our market offers the perfect launching pad for those with global ambitions. Taking advantage of the opportunities that energy innovation create will become even more important as we seek to recover from the twin challenges of last summer's devastating bushfire crisis and the current coronavirus pandemic. We must continue to look forward and think differently. And that is precisely why your participation in this virtual event and our energy future are so important. I wish all the participants the best of luck and assure you that the Victorian Government's ongoing support. Thank you.
And I'd now like to introduce the next of our keynote addresses from the Managing Director of Energy Australia, Kath Tanner, who is also a member of the board of the Reserve Bank of Australia and a member of the Australian Government's new National COVID-19 Coordination Commission.
Hello. I hope you and your families are well and staying safe. Most of us have found the world has become very small in the past month. Our borders have contracted to our back fence, and our local supermarket might as well be another country. A return to normal seems a century away. In the meantime, we're doing what we need to do to get through the day. Some early social research I've seen suggests things will be different when we get to the other side of the coronavirus pandemic. Our values won't change, but we'll be more likely to look inwards, to move closer to our inner circle, our families, and our immediate communities. In many ways, that's good. But I also hope, as nations come together to beat this pandemic, that we build a global muscle for sharing and developing big ideas wherever they spring up. Startup Bootcamp is a glimpse of that world. This is the third year for Energy Australia's partnership with Startup Bootcamp. We had more than 1,000 applications from around the world for the Accelerator program. 9 startups were chosen to join the program here in Melbourne. It's an exceptional field. Congratulations to every one of you. The ideas we'll see today prioritise customers, making them more informed about their energy, more in control, more sustainable, and more efficient. Those things mean resilience, and resilience will be highly prized in a post-corona world. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have in store for us. Of course, we would have loved to be in one place to see your pictures up close, but I believe the demo day couldn't have come at a better time. It's a timely reminder that the future is still out there and it's exciting. Have a great day. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Now, let's introduce the first of the 4 teams, 17 Terawatts, Renblock, Machine Dreams, and Gen Game.
Please welcome the first of our partner introductions from Dias, Sundar Aya.
Here at Dias, we've been innovating for the energy industry for over 15 years, so we know a good thing when we see it. I'm really pleased to introduce you to the awesome team of solar experts and design thinkers from 17 Terawatts all the way from Austin, Texas. Together, we're combining their energy experience software and Dias's experiences in energy to help energy retailers acquire, retain, and gain referrals from their solar customers. Here to tell us more is the CEO of 17 Terawatts, Scott Ewan.
Please welcome from Austin, Texas, United States of America, 17 Terawatts.
Hi, I'm Scott Wynn, co-founder and CEO of 17 Terawatts. Did you know 192 square feet of glacier is preserved each year by a solar home? You know who's leading this effort? You. It's you in Australia. Australia has the highest number of residential solar installations in the world. 25% of your homes have solar, compared to only 1% in the US. Do you know what else Australia leads in, though? The number of solar homeowners who have no clue how their solar system is performing or how much money they're actually saving. One Australian told us, "I don't know if this bloody thing is even working." And an executive at an energy retailer said, "We have 10,000 solar customers who have no form of monitoring." Now, the amazing thing is that residential solar is a $100 billion business already, yet the experience is something out of the dark ages. And this has led to rising customer acquisition costs that now constitutes 20% of the system price. And so what I've come to realize is that in this drive to a cleaner energy future, all the focus has been on the hardware, the engineering. But that relationship between the technology and the people that use it, well, that remains orphaned. I founded 17 Terawatts to fill this void. We're a design-focused software company, and we are creating a new category of business software we're calling Energy Experience. An energy experience combines design thinking, behavioral science, and data automation to cultivate that bond between people and the energy that powers their lives. In my team, we have decades of success in design, software development, and solar. I have a PhD from Harvard, and one of our investors is a former board member of SolarCity and oversaw its acquisition by Tesla. And so to that end, let me introduce you to Bodhi, a digital system for the modern energy company. Now, Bodhi ensures that their residential customers' experience in embracing solar exceeds their expectations with project tracking. So what's happening and what is about to happen isn't a mystery. And once powered up, consumers can easily understand how much impact they're making, how much money they're saving, and can share their experience with their friends and neighbors and invite them into this community of forward-thinking energy consumers. Now, we are a B2B2C business, and our patent-pending approach allows us to strategically capture and own that customer relationship at the onset and generate recurring revenue throughout the 25-year life of that solar home. Revenue is generated through installation tracking, referral-based lead generation, and life of system ongoing engagement. Now, Bodhi was launched last year and currently helping solar companies across the US. But our mission doesn't stop there. We are in Australia for one key reason. In terms of solar, Australia is 10 years ahead of the US. And so for the past 3 months, we've been talking with dozens of solar homeowners in Australia and energy retailers. And we have learned that we are on the precipice of a huge opportunity. We've learned that when someone goes solar, suddenly their expectations around their energy change. They expect and are willing to pay for more information, for more awareness, for more control. They are becoming the new energy consumer. And as more and more products become available and accessible to these homeowners, like batteries, like electric vehicles, they will want these also. And every day, there will be more new energy consumers than the last. And Bodhi will be there to meet their expectations. And so helping us out to do that, I'm very excited to announce a new partnership with Dias, an Australian company with a deep experience in energy. We are integrating Bodhi with a Dias power sensor, the simplest way to see energy used and generated, a combination which we are calling Bodhi 2.0. Now, Bodhi 2.0 will help energy retailers, for starting off here in Victoria, acquire customers from this growing segment of residential solar owners and improve customer retention. Our vision is that Bodhi 2.0 will become the heart and brains of the home energy system of the future and one that meets the demands of the new energy consumer. Thank you, and if you'd like to learn more, I'd be happy to answer any questions and continue this conversation in the virtual room.
Our next partner introduction from Asahi, Anna Barlow.
everyone, I'm Anna Barlow from Asahi Beverages. It's great to be joining you virtually to celebrate this Energy Australia Demo Day. I'm thrilled to be introducing the Remblock team. They've been working with us and our marketing team to help us communicate our energy sustainability message to our consumers. We've had some fun avoiding trademark issues as we do our online testing, but we really think their solutions have got so much potential. And so with that, I'm going to hand over to Nils and he will tell you all about it. Thank you.
From Stockholm, Sweden, Remblock.
Let's talk about sustainability. Consumers want sustainability and organizations want sustainability. However, the energy industry is currently not designed to provide the transparency that is the bedrock for sustainability. Hi, my name is Nils Söderström and I'm the founder and CEO of Remblock. And I'm going to talk to you today about how transparency and Remblock is going to change the future of the entire energy market. You see, consumers want transparency. From fair trade to free range, we want to know what goes into the products that we consume. However, that level of transparency is currently missing from the energy sector. Consumers want to make clean energy decisions. However, they lack the tools to verify the energy source. And what's even worse is, buying green tariffs does not mean that you're getting green energy. 85% of all consumers say they make sustainable purchase decisions, and 81% of those consumers say this is very to extremely important to them. All this equates for about $150 billion sustainable spend in the US by 2021 alone. So the question really becomes, how do we capture the mindset of that new clean energy consumer? Well, that's where Remblock comes in. Remblock gives consumers choice through transparency in their energy sources, letting you know exactly what energy you consume in real time. We let you optimize your energy consumption on sustainability rather than price. And our easy-to-use reporting tool means that you will know exactly what type of energy you consumed over a given time period. All of this for a monthly subscription fee. And with our technology, we allow for cross-border trading, opening up for the first ever global energy transparency market. Our team has more than 40 years of experience, ranging from energy to startups to business development, and we're first to market, bolstered by several successful trials and extensive market research. However, what really drives us is our passion to help consumers make cleaner energy decisions through full energy transparency. While the FDA regulates the groceries you buy, and fair trade helps you ethically source coffee and chocolates, there's currently nothing certifying your energy source. Well, that's the void Remblock is going to fill. Well, this works well in Sweden. How do we translate the Nordic idea into an Australian market? Well, we interviewed heads of brand, market, and sustainability for leading Australian companies. And what we saw was that this is not a goodwill issue. This is vitally important for both investors and shareholders. And while this is important to the Australian companies, how do we know if it resonated with the regular Australian consumer? We ran 2 identical Facebook ads with the only slight difference that we put a clean energy sticker on one of the target products. And what we found was not only did the one with the clean energy sticker vastly outperform the one without, it had a 6 times higher engagement rate than what is the industry standard for beverages. So it's safe to say that energy source and transparency are both very important and highly engaging today in Australia. With that knowledge, we're now excited to be launching 2 pilots. One with one of the larger energy producers in Australia, Energy Australia, and one with global beverage company Asahi. For Energy Australia, we're putting our renewable indicator in some of their selected buildings, detailing exactly what energy source that goes into powering that building. Now, we know that offices are currently closed. However, we are still pushing on, and this indicator is set to go up for one of their customers in mid-April and their new headquarters in July of 2020. For Asahi, we're taking that same sticker that created so much engagement in our test trials and putting it on some of their selected products, detailing exactly where the energy that went into making that product is sourced from. But we're not stopping there. We see a world of opportunities opening up when you marry energy transparency and consumer choice. And I'm going to show you a glimpse of what that future will look like. Clear, intuitive, and transparent energy labeling on all consumer products, enabling energy transparency to become the consumer choice driver that we already know that it is. Now we need your help in expanding and scaling our business in Australia. And we're looking for organizations who want an edge in how they engage with their customers. If you want to know how energy transparency can help you reach new customers, I'd love to talk to you. I've been Nils Söderström. Please reach out to me here or at renblock.com/demo day. Thank you.
Our next partner introduction from AusNet, Megan Fisher.
Hello, Startup Bootcamp Demo Day. I'm Megan Fisher and I'm the Head of Digital and Innovation here at AusNet Services. This was the first time that AusNet Services has been involved in Startup Bootcamp Energy Program, and it's been a fantastic experience getting our people involved with lots of amazing startups. I would like to introduce you to one of the startups that we've had a lot to do with throughout the program, and that's Machine Dreams. When we first met Machine Dreams back in October at the Fast Track sessions, we knew straight away that they had a value proposition of great interest to energy distribution networks. We've had our data experts and our AI people and our engineers working closely with Machine Dreams to understand their technology and how it can benefit us. And we're currently working with them on the opportunity of a proof of concept. So without any further delay, please welcome Machine Dreams.
From Melbourne, Australia, Machine Dreams.
Wouldn't it be great if you could predict when a critical asset was about to fail before it failed? Because when big assets fail, the results can be catastrophic. Well, take, for example, the California bushfires of 2019. That power company was sued for $30 billion. They escaped bankruptcy by paying $23 billion, and 86 people lost their lives. It's well documented that those bushfires were caused by a defective power asset that did not get detected. So the question we're asking is, could machine learning be used in asset management to prevent disasters like that from happening again? Well, we think it could. How? Well, let's look at how a power company currently assess their power network. Let's assume they have 400,000 power poles to assess. And they'll take 5 photographs of each pole and they'll upload those 2 million images to their system. And their team of human assessors review each and every one of those photos. Now, the only trouble is it takes up to 9 months to capture and review all of those photos. So what if we could replace the manual assessment of those photos with machine learning assessment so that we can look at more photos more quickly, we can instantly eliminate the vast majority that have no defects and present to the team the very small percentage that do for urgent repair. So you might be asking, well, why aren't companies already using machine learning like this? Well, they would if they could, but they can't, because it takes millions and millions of photos of the defect in order to train the computer to know what the defect looks like. So, well, who's got the millions and millions of photos of the defect? Well, we do. I'm Bernadette, I'm from Machine Dreams, and we've developed a unique piece of software that generates millions and millions of synthetic photos that enable you to train the computer to spot the defects. We are the missing piece in the machine learning puzzle that makes machine learning affordable and accessible for all. So you might be wondering, well, what's the accuracy rate like? Well, we conducted a project with a power company and our accuracy rate matched that of the human assessors. But more importantly, we were able to do it for a fraction of the cost in a fraction of the time. Let me demonstrate. The standard industry cost to manually assess one photo is about $20. We can do it for 10 cents. To assess 2 million photos, it'll cost $40 million. We can do it for $200,000. It could take up to 9 months to review and capture those photos. We can review them all in 1 week. So using our machine learning software, we can increase the frequency of assessment, we can decrease the cost of assessment, and decrease the risk of bushfires like we discussed earlier happening again. So in terms of the team, we are a startup based in Melbourne, and while the company is young, the founders are not. I've been around for 30 years in marketing, and I've got a background in advertising with global brands like Apple and Amex, and I'm the author of 2 best-selling books about online business. Toby Tremaine is the CTO, he's a software engineer, and he's got a deep expertise in augmented reality, machine learning, and game development. So in terms of the traction, we started last year in 2019. We've won or been nominated for 3 awards since, and we've got 3 pilot projects in the opportunity pipeline. One of them is with AusNet, And we've also got, we're on the cusp of signing a major agreement with a global consulting engineering firm to spot cracks in concrete. Our business model is very straightforward. We have the licensing model and we have a SaaS platform. In terms of the market size, well, our sweet spot is asset management and manufacturing, but our software can be used across a multiple of industries. For example, medical imaging, mining, and monitoring of the environment. And what we seek is for anyone who works in those sectors to come along and speak to us and book a free demonstration of our software so we can show you how it works. Or come to our website and download a free report about machine learning. Now, we've demonstrated how catastrophic things can be when big assets fail. So we're here to help you make sure that yours don't. Thank you.
From our naming partner Energy Australia, Sarah Basilios.
Hello to all tuning in to Demo Day and congrats to all startups. My name's Sarah Basilios and I'm from the Energy Australia team. 3 months ago, I was pretty excited to learn that I'd be working with Jeremy from GenGame on an engagement platform for our 1.7 million customers. I was also quietly happy to learn that, like me, Jeremy isn't a morning person, which meant no early morning meetings. I'd like to thank GenGame for the countless amount of hours with Energy Australia people and real-life customers to get this solution right for the Australian market. We're stoked with the results of our engagement, and with that, I'd like to pass to Jeremy to share the good news.
From Leicester, England, please welcome GenGame.
Hi, I'm Jeremy from GenGame, and this is my friend Susie and her boys. She lives in Melbourne, works full-time, and has a very busy life, but she's keen to live sustainably and economically. She has a keep cup for her coffee, she takes a bag for her groceries, and they've recently gone car-free. But every 3 months, she gets her energy bill, which is never a good feeling. She never knows how big it's going to be. Right now, she has no idea what impact the extra time she's having at home is going to have on her next bill. It doesn't tell her when she's used energy, or what she's used it on, or how to use less in future. At GenGame, we've created a suite of mobile apps to help people like Susie keep on top of their energy use. We save households money, time, and carbon by making energy easy to understand and manage. For Susie, this means knowing how much her next bill is going to be long before it arrives, while she still has time to do something about it. We make it easy to see when she's used a lot and a little, and even where she's using it around her home. We help her use less by giving her the information she needs as simple, personalised efficiency tips, like how much she'd actually save by swapping all of her lights to LEDs, or whether solar panels are a good idea based on her roof and her energy usage patterns. We also give her rewards and incentives for using energy at cheaper and greener times. But every home is different. Different appliances, different routines, and different goals. Our apps help customers with every aspect of their home energy. But consumer apps are only part of our solution. We've built a whole consumer engagement platform for energy retailers to help them connect with their customers. With our platform, retailers are building strong customer relationships which give them happy, more satisfied customers. When customers like their retailer, they stick with them, which is great news for retailers. Because customers are zero touch, they're much cheaper to serve as well. We charge retailers a setup fee for system integration, followed by a monthly subscription fee based on the number of users. Over time, they can add and remove feature modules as their needs evolve. What really sets us apart is our brilliant team in the UK, which is split across design, energy, and software. Our creatives focus on making designs and propositions that anyone can understand and enjoy. Our product director's last job was creating digital learning products for 6-year-olds, so when we say anyone can use our apps, we mean it. Our energy team have a long history in energy retail, demand response, and emerging energy technologies, which lets us give households access to the quality of advice and opportunities that have so far only been widely available to industrial energy customers. Our software team bring our ideas to life in a robust, secure and scalable way. There are 40 energy retailers serving over 8 million households in Australia, but only 10 of these have an app right now. There's a real opportunity for retailers to get ahead by differentiating on customer experience as well as just price. In the UK, we've launched apps for 5 energy companies so far and tested these on thousands of users. We've had a lot of fun working with Sarah and many more people at Energy Australia over the last couple of months. And I'm really pleased to announce that despite tricky circumstances, we've managed to complete 2 proof of concepts in that time with them. We've shown that there's strong customer appetite for our apps and features across Australia. And now we're working hard to make a number of these available to many Energy Australia customers soon. We're here to work with forward-thinking energy retailers to deliver amazing customer experiences that benefit customers, retailers, and the grid. If you'd like to work with us, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.
Wow, some amazing stories already from our first 4 startups. Before I welcome our next keynote speaker, I'd like to give a shout out to our Australian alumni startup, UCapture, who are helping make all Startup Bootcamp events carbon neutral. To do your bit, sign up to the UCapture platform, and your online purchases will help plant trees around the world at no cost to you. Sign up now via their domain name, ucapture.com/startupbootcamp. We are thrilled to welcome our mini keynote address speaker, Brian Morris. Brian is the chair of the Energy Users Association of Australia and a divisional director at Macquarie Capital. He has over 30 years' experience working in the energy sector. Let's welcome him now.
I've been involved in the energy sector for about 30 years, and I'd have to say it's always been exciting. Been through deregulation, privatisation, high and low energy prices, and carbon tax, just to name a few items. So really the only constant over that period has been continual change. But I think the next decade is going to be more transformative and exciting than the energy industry has ever seen, as we move from fossil fuel generation through to renewable generation. Macquarie is taking an active role in the energy transition. We're involved in the Global Climate Finance Leadership Initiative and the Global Commission on Climate Adaptation. We've also made a commitment to purchase renewable energy to power our facilities. So by 2025, we've committed to buy 100% of our energy from renewable sources, and we've signed up to the RE100. Globally, through our investment in the Green Investment Bank, which is now branded the Green Investment Group, we're targeting to develop 20 gigawatts of renewables by 2025, and 20% of that is expected to be in non-OECD countries. In Australia, we have a renewable development pipeline of 1,500 megawatts that includes large-scale wind projects, energy from waste facilities, and grid-scale batteries. While there's a lot happening at the grid-scale and the large-scale end of the energy market, I think most of the transformation will actually happen at the distributed energy resource level. Bloomberg New Energy Finance is forecasting Australia to be one of the most distributed energy markets in the world. So we're going to see things like solar and batteries and electric vehicles and smart controls all converging as virtual power plants, and that's going to be the new norm. But a lot has to happen before we see that. We're a long way from that happening. For that to occur, a lot of innovation needs to happen, and a lot of that innovation, the best place that innovation to occur is within startups. And I'm really excited to see some of the things that the startups that are presenting today are proposing. I think it's going to be a really exciting time for you to be involved in the industry. Really what we need to do here is, for a long time, we've actually, the supply side of the markets delivered energy when energy consumers, whenever they wanted to use it. in the future, as we move towards renewable sources, we're going to need to implement technologies and behaviours that allow us to consume energy when the wind's blowing and the sun's shining. And I think you all will form an important part of that journey. I'm really pleased today to see that the demo day has been, the theme of the demo day is customer empowerment. I guess I've had the privilege over the last 17 years of my career to spend a lot of time working with large energy users, both in my role as an advisor and as the chair of the Energy Users Association. And really, one of the things I'd like to remind everybody every chance I get and reinforce is the market's here for energy users, large and small. That's us at home through to the very largest consumers in the country. And we need to make sure we keep that at front of mind as we're developing solutions. They do need to make sure they work for customers, otherwise they're not great solutions. So as you go through developing your business models, I'd encourage you to sort of assess them through that customer lens and make sure you're solving customer problems and they deliver real outcomes for consumers. So look, thank you very much. I really look forward to seeing your presentations and best of luck for the journey.
Now, let's welcome our final 5 startups: Energy Master, Eldo, Enegos, Bead, and Liquid Star.
From Energy Australia, James Clark.
Hi, I'm James Clark from Energy Australia's Next Gen team. The opportunity to work with Energy Masters couldn't have come at a better time for us. Energy Australia's stated aim is to become a trusted energy advisor to both commercial and residential customers alike, and the Energy Masters product fits that perfectly. We've already run a small trial on a multi-site customer here on the east coast of Australia, and we're now looking to work up a proof of concept, checking desirability and scalability with another large-scale customer here. Exciting times. But enough from me, let's hear from Jimmy about the product. Vamos, muchachos!
From Medellin, Colombia, Energy Master.
Hi everybody, I'm Jimmy, the CEO and co-founder of Energy Master. 10 years ago, I created Novotecno de Colombia, one of the biggest technology integrators in the country. I am a dreamer, and Energy Master has become an extraordinary vision for my partners and me. Major global problem. Most of the companies don't allocate enough resources to utility bill management. If you're dealing with one bill, that's okay. Now imagine a bank with more than 5,000 per month. In a time where cost savings are everything and energy pricing are rising, multi-site corporations have a real challenge to reduce cost and reach sustainability targets. Where we come from, 90% of big corporations do not analyze utility bills properly. With our services, we are finding saving potential up to 20% in most of their sites. Why is it important to analyze? Let me give you a few examples. 1. An ATM paying water bill. Crazy, right? Before the ATM was built, there was a water connection and it never got cancelled. 2. A clothing store in a shopping center paid the electricity bill for the next store for 5 years without knowing. 3. A logistics company was paying the water bill for a car wash next door. Real examples. How do we actually do this? I use an analogy to illustrate what we do. Waze, or Google Maps, using multiple data sources like traffic conditions, speed, and other variables helps a user with the fastest route possible. With thousands of similar trips, the system can accurately predict the time needed for the final destinations. For this, historical data is key. We do the same thing with utilities. We compare among sites, industries, or markets to establish a usage baseline. Energy Master's intelligent software empowers corporations to make the best decision concerning utility consumption. We innovated a process which we consider straightforward, the analytics of utility bills. Our business model relies on 3 foundations: analytics and big data, zero hardware investments, and softbots. Every single invoice is analyzed and we correlate the info in our database. We automate the check-in process and find anomalies across all your services. What is the cost to you to validate your bills manually? Are you sure you're paying the right amount? We validate consumption, taxes, fees, tariffs, and claims. But we go further than that. To ensure our clients reduce their emissions, In only 2 years of operations, we helped reduce the equivalent of 4,000 tons of carbon dioxide. We have saved over 4 gigawatts, that is the electricity for 800 households in a year, and over 30 million liters of water. An Olympic pool needs 2.5. That's $1.6 million in savings. And remember, with no hardware investments. Let's talk about the market. In Australia, energy consumption is 3 times higher than in my country, despite having half the size of the population. Our target market is all multi-site corporations. In Colombia, these companies make up 5% of the country's total energy usage. In Australia, this number is 12%. We use a tiered pricing structure. On average, we charge 0.5% of the managed energy cost as a monthly fee. For the Australian market and other countries, we're working to set up a partner distribution model. Last year, Ingram Micro, the world's largest technology distributor, awarded us with $50,000 American dollars for our business idea. Here I am with my partners, our CTO Alejandro and CEO Camilo, each with over 10 years of experience in the energy sector. Alongside my 2 partners, my team consists of 11 talented employees. Uniquely, we run critical processes, including software design, giving us a huge cost advantage about any of our competitors because of the wage differentiation in South America. We have been working very closely with the innovation team at Energy Australia. With a couple of customer trials delivered so far, the project is well on the way and I can't wait to share its results. Special thanks to James and Karen. I look forward to continue our work together. We are about to go global. We have prospects in Brazil, Central America, Europe, and Africa. If you are related to the energy or efficient and sustainability consulting business, and if you are looking to add value to your customers, save money, and help the planet, let's talk about it. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Our next partner introduction from Dias, please welcome Pete Cohen.
At Dias, we're really passionate about the future of distributed energy, and it's the driving force behind our investment in the power sensor product. It's also why we're so excited to meet the team from Eldo. From their years of experience in South Africa, they have so much to offer us here in Australia, both in terms of their technology and their expertise. So I'm really pleased to introduce Matt from Eldo to tell us more.
From Johannesburg, South Africa, Eldo.
Hello. Now, I want to show you just how awesome energy data is. So data in and of itself is really not that exciting, but its value lies in how it is used. If used right, data really has the ability to unlock a wide array of value and put money back in the pocket of the consumer. And that's pretty awesome. So I'm Matt from Eldo MeterStack, and we help unlock the value of data. With everything going on in the world right now and cash being tight, wouldn't it be nice if sharing your energy data meant that every quarter you got a tailored proposal showing you the best deals across all energy retailers? Or getting tailored actionable insights into what you can do to save money on your bill every month? Or looking to rural communities that were impacted by the recent bushfires, only to leave them without power for periods of time? Now, by giving the right companies access to relevant data, will enable them to assess, build, and manage a standalone power system in those areas, allowing these communities to have seamless access to power. However, we've picked up on a twofold problem that is limiting the realization of these value propositions. The first being that consumers aren't engaged with their energy data. They don't understand it, which leads them to having no idea what it's worth, and they don't know how to access it even if they wanted to share it. The second problem is that companies struggle to access energy data, and often those that do have access don't know how to unlock all of its value. So with that, I would like to introduce you to MeterStack, a consumer-centric energy data marketplace that increases both the value and accessibility of utility data while empowering the consumer to take back control. We are incentivizing energy consumer to share their data and then giving them full transparency into who has access. All this while demonstrating best practices for what data sharing should look like when it comes to implementing rules around open data in energy. So how does this all work? Well, we are giving those companies that see value in accessing energy data a way to actually do it, as well as providing them with a way to reward the consumer when they do. From energy retailers to solar providers to efficiency consultants, They're all looking for ways to find new customers and provide value to them. With our business model, we enable them to do this. So who are these crazy guys from South Africa excited about energy data? Well, we're an energy tech-focused company founded in 2013. Since being founded, we have evolved through offering a range of services within the energy sector. We are now focused primarily on operating as a digital utility, providing a full turnkey solution around the management of utility networks on the back of data. To be able to execute on everything we do, we have a very strong management team that has deep entrepreneurial and operational experience, having built and exited past businesses, and now, more recently, being focused on building and scaling Eldo, with software and data at its core. We had identified Australia as a key market we wanted to expand to and see how we could unlock the value of energy data here. So with our experience in being a very much consumer-focused company with a core understanding of how data is managed and used in the energy value chain, we believe we are very well positioned to bring MeterStack to the Australian market. Now, as you well know, there has been an increase in both frequency and severity of natural disasters, like the recent bushfires, meaning the operating costs of keeping rural communities connected to the grid has been increasing significantly. And distributors and communities alike are looking into the feasibility of alternative solutions. So at the moment, we are very excited to announce we have set up a consortium which collectively is very well positioned to help tackle this problem. We are working with local companies, namely Deers and Marchmont Hill, and leveraging our expertise from South Africa to deliver real viability solutions on the back of data. So I've covered a couple of real problems that are currently being faced in the energy sector that could be solved by giving data access to the right companies. So if you feel like you could add value to the consortium either strategically or financially, or you're a company sitting on a lot of energy data and don't know how to unlock all of its value, we would love to talk to you. So please feel free to reach out and we can chat further. Thank you.
From Energy Australia, Karen Buckman.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Buckman from Energy Australia's innovation team. Congratulations to all the startups on completing the program. It's a great achievement. At Energy Australia, we're always searching for innovative solutions to help our customers meet their energy needs as they navigate the changing energy world. Energos stood out to us with their solution which enables business customers to manage their energy costs and distributed energy resources. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Rajesh Shalanki, the CEO and founder of Energos. We've really enjoyed working with you throughout this program and are very excited to continue to progress this opportunity. Over to you, Rajesh.
Next up, Energos from Mumbai, India.
More than ever before, the world has now committed itself to fully transition our energy system from centralized power plants to one that has several prosumers who not only consume electricity but also produce and store it. Energos is developing edge AI to form intelligent nodes on this evolving distributed energy system. Large commercial and industrial enterprises consume nearly 50% of the electricity that we produce. Several progressive businesses have set definite 2030 goals for carbon reduction under their sustainability initiatives. They are pursuing definite goals to achieve energy efficiency and lower their energy costs, setting up their own renewable power, setting up local storage, and also planning EV charging infrastructure for employees and customers. However, they face some new challenges in their efforts. They have to manage multi-direction energy flow, integrate with legacy systems, make new energy systems resilient to emergencies like floods and fires, deal with cyber threats linked to being connected to the main grid always, and achieve combined optimization of different buildings in their campuses to ensure that demand adjusts to available intermittent supply. On the other hand, energy services companies, energy retailers, oil and gas companies are seeking new ways to serve their business customers with a mix of green power supply, energy efficiency, demand response, and other value-added digital services. At Energos, we have created end-to-end technology to support these very needs of our partners and CNI customers. Our solution is simple: to make each energy consuming and generating asset intelligent by adding an AI model on top to run it. Our AI specializes in reducing consumption of heating and cooling loads by removing hot and cold pockets as per changing outdoor conditions. It also automates the energy flow of solar storage and EV charging points. Our solution has application in various industry types. For example, in multi-site, retail, banking, and food chain. It also has application in industrial facilities and large buildings, making it a very versatile solution. We are deployed globally in 12 large corporates in 1,250 sites, giving us an annual recurring revenue of $1.5 million last year. In the last 3.5 years of our journey, we have done a revenue of $4 million. Our zero capex model, based on performance, delivers a strong return on investment for both customers and partners. Digitizing energy industry is overdue, and it's a big opportunity of over $30 billion. We plan to focus our attention in initial years in Western USA, Australia, India, and Asia Pacific. I'm a repeat entrepreneur with a successful exit in the past. Anis, our CTO, has previous experience with a German energy company. Jean-Claude is ex-Panasonic and leads business and go-to-market strategy. Together, our team of 20 has the right combined industry experience, which is crucial to digitize a legacy industry like energy. I'm happy to announce that we've signed an agreement with Energy Australia for a pilot run at one of their business customer sites. For Energos, the opportunity in Australia and globally is to connect hundreds and thousands of such business sites, creating a network effect of sharing data, sharing learnings, sharing information, and sharing energy at enterprise level as against individual building levels. Starting with forming intelligent nodes across such multi-site businesses globally, which by the way itself is over $100 million opportunity for us, it'll bring us closer to our larger vision of extending the network effect to form a planet-wide single mesh of intelligent nodes as the distributed grid forms. It is the best time to support 2030 carbon reduction goals of businesses, and we are the best team with the necessary experience and the passion to form these intelligent nodes and manage the distributed grid better. Come partner with us as we open our investment round in the next few months. We are seeking to raise $3 million growth capital to accelerate this very vision in Australia and across the globe. Thank you.
From Energy Australia, Christopher Panopoulos.
Hello Startup Bootcamp community, this is Chris Panopoulos, and I'm an opportunity specialist with Energy Australia's Next Gen Innovation team. I consider it a privilege to be a mentor for SBC, this being my third consecutive year. With a well-developed business model, clearly defined product development strategy, and a capable team to commercialise it, this team has made it easy for us to work with them. We now look forward to further nurturing our partnership to newer heights. So with that, it's a pleasure to introduce you to Sona Hasihaliloglu, CEO and co-founder at Bead. Thank you.
From Berlin, Germany, Bead.
Imagine a building that speaks with you. Imagine a building that thinks about saving you money. A building that knows the weather forecast and prepares your building for you. Hello, I'm Sona from Bead Technologies. And Bead creates buildings that you deserve, buildings that are as intelligent as you are. Today, we spend 90% of our lives inside buildings, and right now it is even 100%. And that makes it much more important to understand how we use those buildings, because we are not connected with the building and with the building technologies. And that's the result. Every year, we invest over $250 billion in buildings by overcooling, overheating, or overlighting buildings, by using unnecessary big spaces or big buildings. In order to overcome that problem, we developed a battery-operated multiple sensor device, which we call Bead. We install Bead throughout the building so that we know exactly what's happening inside the building. And the rest is done in the software. The software starts analyzing the data. It starts learning how human behavior changed during the day, how occupancy patterns are changing, and how the indoor circumstances are affected regarding heating, cooling, and lighting. It continuously creates data, it learns from the data, but more importantly, it starts taking over the whole operation of the building so that you don't depend on human intervention. And we also have a new feature which we call occupancy flow analysis. We can also show you how occupancy flow direction is happening throughout the day inside the building, so that you can use that information in order to optimize your marketing strategies, space usage, but also reduce risks in your buildings. And as of today, we installed over 3,800 devices in over 170 buildings. And our system is used in very different verticals, from banking, insurance, into hospitality, office buildings, from retail and industry into municipalities. But very importantly, our customers achieved over 30% savings by optimizing operations and reducing risks and optimizing energy efficiency. And here you can see some of our installations and projects which we are doing and we still do with some of our customers. And we are targeting commercial buildings and industrial facilities. And the market size is estimated to be 80 billion by the end of next year. And in order to reach our target, we are partnering with strategic partners from telecom industry, smart city developers, BMS vendors, but also energy utilities. And that is also our target in the Australian market. We are looking for strategic partners for a long-term relationship. BEAT is one system that gives you 6 solutions. One system that you can use in 6 different departments or verticals. One system that you can use for optimizing space usage, for optimizing energy efficiency, optimizing your HVAC and BMS usage. And you can use in sustainability reporting, but also reducing risk and reducing your insurance premiums. And we started our journey with Startup Bootcamp 3 months ago. And right now, we are happy to announce that we are starting our pilot projects with Energy Australia, Hydro Tasmania, Asahi, and VIP Investments. And we are looking forward to convert those pilots into long-term partnerships. And we also have a new feature which we call Beat Sensor, Temp-Eye Sensor. It is a smart and affordable and easy to install sensor which you can use in order to track body heat, but also indoor environmental temperature changes, so that you can use that information even after COVID epidemic ends to reduce risks, but also to have a continuously analysis system of temperature anomalies. And that's our target for Australian market. We are looking for strategic partners from different industries so that we can start projects, and also we can scale in Australian market and have a long-term relationship with those strategic partners. And that is the team that makes it happen. I am Soner, the CEO and co-founder. Before we started Beat, I worked in Siemens Building Technologies and over 12 years. And my partner, Hey, is the CTO. And before Beat, he was developing sensor systems and autonomous controlling systems for different companies like Bosch or BBVA. We also have a good and great advisory team that has multiple different sectors and executives from those sectors. Beat is here to create a digital model of your buildings that are as intelligent as you are. Thank you.
Please welcome back from AusNet, Megan Fisher.
And hello again, Startup Bootcamp Demo Day. I'm Megan Fisher, I'm the Head of Digital Innovation at AusNet Services, and I'm back again to introduce you to another startup that we met throughout the program, and they are LiquidStar. We first met the co-founders, Scott and Connor, back at the selection days in December. I was then and still am very personally excited by this concept and by the passion that these co-founders bring to this idea of empowering communities that don't have access to safe and reliable energy. Throughout the Startup Bootcamp program, AusNet Services have mentored and worked with LiquidStar in terms of how the Australian energy landscape works and how their solution might work in the Australian energy market. So please welcome LiquidStar.
Please welcome from Hong Kong, LiquidStar.
In 2016, we started Chain of Things to explore blockchain's potential to secure the Internet of Things and the future of automation. From this, we developed and launched BlockPass, an end-to-end identity rail to connect humans to companies to devices, the missing link for the next generation of super secure utilities. With this new identity tool, we returned to our original focus, leveraging advanced technology to help solve the greatest environmental, humanitarian, and industrial challenges we face.
At LiquidStar, we believe energy is the fundamental building block for food, water, education, and health. As we speed towards 2030 and novel threats emerge, we need to define what the future of energy will look like. Currently in the developing world, people use many dirty sources for energy: kerosene for lighting and diesel to fuel polluting generators. In Nigeria, our initial target market, there are 22 million small diesel generators. That's almost one for every Australian. And while Nigeria is 14,000 kilometers away, we're all connected by climate change's impact on the environment.
Conditions around the world are getting worse. From America to Australia, we're seeing record storms, increasing temperatures, and increasing destruction. What if there was a solution that could solve both problems?
What if there was a solution that could reduce reliance on dirty energy in developing countries and at the same time assist with post-disaster relief? That's where LiquidStar comes in. Our core mobile app and platform facilitates the rental of IoT-connected smart batteries and the management of container-based solar charging stations, or waypoints.
LiquidStar's specialty is its blockchain IoT technology stack based on 4 years of intensive research and development. We use this platform to integrate with expert hardware partners and to enable cross-application scalability. Our focus is on the software that threads together and manages the layers of our partner stack, including charge stations, batteries, and people on the ground.
Our target customers spend between $150 and $220 per year on basic lighting and phone charging. In the Nigeria market alone, $13 billion a year is spent on the operation of small diesel generators.
In the developed world, our solution provides an alternative to diesel generators after disasters, buying much-needed time until the grid is restored. In southern Australia, over $600 million was spent on purchasing these generators since 2017. LiquidStar is not only cheaper, but better for the environment, as each waypoint can replace approximately 2 3-kilowatt diesel generators, reducing CO2 emissions by 28,000 pounds per year. Just like wells fill buckets with water, LiquidStar waypoints fill batteries with electrons.
With LiquidStar, people replace wires to transport electricity. We're creating the wireless grid of the future for those in areas without electricity and for essential services when grids are destroyed. We currently have active pilots in West Africa and a new government-funded smart city project focused on using LiquidStar for e-mobility. We're also in discussions with a local Australian entity to begin testing disaster relief applications. More specifically, we've conducted over 100 surveys and launched 2 initial test pilots of our platform. The results of the pilots were promising, with potential to generate $1,000 to $2,000 per month for the waypoint's entire 10-year lifespan, providing power for 20 disaster-hit households in the developed world and essential services for 120 households in the developing world.
For now, the battery is going to be very useful and very helpful because every person really needs the power, even as low as it could be, just to charge their devices.
The impact has been tremendous. Like, for instance, there's a customer I rented the battery to that. The day I brought the batteries for them, they were like celebrating, they were happy. They had the convenience of like recharging their phones and laptop in their house. So I think it's very, very tremendous experience.
So at the end of the day, it's an essential service, just like food and water, right, that they aren't able to access because there's no infrastructure. So something like this LiquidStar solution, if we're able to get it to them, would be, a game changer, life-saving game changer.
After current global trends subside, pressure to correct the business relationship between humanity and the Earth will shift the next normal to a sustainable and resilient platform.
But at LiquidStar, we aren't waiting. Our solution is needed now. With the powerless lockdown a major issue for mental well-being and economic stability, we are collaborating with partners on the ground to launch a new pilot in Lagos, Nigeria in the next 60 days to help with COVID-19 quarantine relief.
We are interested in connecting with future-minded visionaries who can help take LiquidStar to the next level.
Wow, 9 amazing teams and some awesome pictures detailing their progress over the 3 months. So that concludes the presentations for our virtual demo day. But before you head off into the virtual rooms to meet and chat with the startups, remember, you can finalize your investments via the virtual investment box next to this video player screen. You must be logged in or registered to play. I'd also like to thank everyone who has worked so hard to bring this event together. It's been a sensational team effort. Finally, thank you for tuning in and joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time. A final reminder, if you're an investor or you want to follow up with any of the teams about potential commercial opportunities, there's the ability to leave your details for the startup to get back in contact with you. To do this, visit their profile page and click the Connect with Startup button. So now you can jump into virtual rooms with one or more of the startups and ask questions. You can find the links to join these rooms in this video player or on the Startups profile page. You can move around from room to room, and these sessions are being recorded so you can watch them all back later. Thanks again from everyone at the Startup Bootcamp team, and we'll see you at our next event for our Sports and Events Tech program. Cheers and goodbye.